Okay, class. Now we will consider the blending of cultures, Hawaiian music 1820 to 1900. And of course, the last session we talked about and focused mainly on pre-contact Hawaiian music. And as you probably can anticipate just from our title here today, we're going to be looking at what happened when Western culture started to interact with Hawaiian culture. Now remember that there are categories of mele hula, which is both a dance style and a musical style. And I think we took a little time to make a point here that most outsiders, contemporary outsiders, think of hula and they think of the dance part. But hopefully you learned last session that we need to consider hula as poetry, which is chanted and enhanced by dance. The dance is part of the artistic performance, and it's not necessarily even the main focus, but it's the one that most contemporary outsiders think of because you can relate well to the visual movement, and you don't necessarily know the Hawaiian language or know the poetry and the message that's being chanted there. We have a category of mele hula, hula kahiko, which is the old tradition. Some people translate it as ancient tradition. And that's a type of chanting accompanied by traditional instruments. Here in this photo, you see an instrument called the ipu. Hula awana is the more modern style. It's singing Western melodies and accompanied by chordophones, very typically ukulele, guitar, sometimes bass, sometimes multiple guitars. And so that's the more modern or blended style. We have some examples of each style. And first, you can check out a clip that shows us hula kahiko style.
Anai Oahu, Kumuhula, O'Brien Esello returns to the Merry Monarch Festival with Kekai o Kahiki.
Pele's older sister, Kukuena, is associated with the preparation of awa and the offering of lei.
All the imagery of volcanic flows, fire and flames, smoke and earthquakes herald the presence of this god. hula for Kukuena. Ke kai o kaiki.
Kukuena's power.
O'Brien Accelerate.
Kukuena's power and strength impressive and inspire awe and terror. Yours is to unite with the gods, extending your influence over the island.
Kukuena prepared the awa for the females of the Fire Clan. She was also Hi'iaka Tapua'i, who was the maker of leis, or the maker of the line of volcanic activities. The line of islands was considered the lei of Pele, as was a line of cinder cones. The men displayed a well-made pa'u.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, now you notice some things about that kahiko style, that pre-contact style, with the traditional ipu heke idiophone that the Kumuhula chanter is using. There are some times during that video clip that there is unison singing, more than one person, and sometimes just the kumu, the master chanter himself. And so this is a presentation style that some people think might have been part of the pre-contact tradition, to have some solo singing and some group singing, but always unison on the same melody. And that chant, of course, is a type of melody that more emphasis is placed on the importance of the poetry rather than on melodic beauty, if you will. Now let's take a look at the modern style and see what some of the contrasts are.
All the way from Los Angeles, California, the Kumuhula Keli'i Sabalos. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome Halau Keli'i Nalani.
In this name song for Princess Bernice Pauahi Bishop, many exciting things come from foreign lands that are mentioned.
The traveling chiefess shivers in the cold of California and marvels at the blossoms of the strawberry shrubs.
Oh, loko hana nui, haole
Akawai lele o ni akala I ke I kawai anu e nue I ka po ai a ka ohu Ali pa I laina Ue ana I ka e huai Ubu I ke koe Ia I hoka mehana o ka poli o hilei E o e ka wahine he lela o kai ona Alu vai liula o ke kahapua o hai O ka Alani polua o anu o ke ko'ola Ku'uho o ka maluki Malukukui o ka hoi vai E o e ka wahine he lela o kai ona Alu vai liula o ke kapua o hai O ka ua lani polua o anu o ke ko'ola Ku'uho o ka maluki Malukukui o ka hoi vai Ku'uho ka maluki, malukukui o ka hoi
Now, on that particular selection, you heard quite a contrast. Just think through some of the things. What's different about the instrumentation? What's different about the singing style? What's different maybe about tempo and the look of the dancers? And I think you start to see some contrasts here. First of all, you notice that the dancers are a little bit more graceful. These words can be very problematic, but they're moving in a more fluid way in the modern version, and they're being more forceful, if you will, more energetic in the ancient style, in the Kahiko style. The instrumentation, of course, for the modern style, the string bands, as we mentioned, and you have a situation where, in this case, you have some unison singing and some harmonic singing, some three-part harmony. You don't have that kind of harmony in the traditional chanting. What else can we say about that? Oh, I should mention that both of these clips are taken from the Merry Monarch Festival, and we need to just be aware that this is the premier hula festival in all the world, held on the big island of Hawaii every year. Some of these are pretty early on, but it is an amazing competition with dozens of hula schools, or halaus as they are known, from here in Hawaii, but also from Japan, from the West Coast, from all over at this point. And you get a situation there where it's of course partly about the competition of being recognized as one of the premier ensembles or premier dance troupes in the hula tradition, but it's also just to rub shoulders and associate with this rich tradition, and to have this multi-day festival celebrating traditional Hawaiian culture. We'll talk more about that as we go through the unit on Hawaii.